Hello Stings. In this video we will be looking at problems on the fall semester review of 9 through 13, and so this will be part 3 of the fall semester review. So Carter sells sports videos to local businesses in his area. His daily wage, W, is based on the number of hours he works, H, at the minimum wage of $7.25 per hour, plus $10 to cover gas and lunch expenses. Which equation best describes this relationship? Well, this right here tells us our rate of change. So that means that this is our slope. So which one of these answer choices has 7.25H? So that's not A, and that's not, well, that's not A. So then, oh, and this one has 10H plus 7H. This one's all weirded out, so we don't want that, because the only thing that's being multiplied by H is the 7.25. Now, D does not have a 10 involved, but B does, and this says plus 10 right here. This is our y-intercept. So answer choice B is our answer on number 9. Number 10, Samuel runs around a 100-meter track. He uses the linear equation y equals 200 plus 5x to describe how far he runs after he has already jogged 2 laps. So the 200 is 100 for each lap. So he's already jogged 2 laps, so this would be his y-intercept, and his slope would be 5. Which of the following best describes the slope of the linear equation? So 5 meters in 2 seconds, 5 meters in 1 second, 7.5 meters in 1 second, or 10 meters in 1 second. Since this is 5 over 1, we want B. He runs 5 meters in 1 second. For problem number 11, we have a graph. We have here on the y-axis, we are counting by 100. And on the x-axis, we are counting by 2 minutes. So each of these hash marks is 2. So the slope here is 100 over 2. 100 over 2. So our current slope of 100 over 2 is really, and that's a negative slope because we're going down 100 each time, is really negative 50, and this would be meters per minute. So right now we're coming down at 50 meters per minute. They want to know what would happen to the slope if it was changed to negative 40 meters per minute. Would it increase in speed, decrease in speed, stop, or reverse direction? Well, since we have a negative 50 and a negative 40, it has definitely not reversed direction, and it is not 0, so it has not stopped. So is a negative 40 a decrease or an increase in speed? The negative just tells us that we're going down. So is 40 a decrease from 50 or an increase from 50? And it is definitely slower, so it's going down at 40 meters per minute instead of 50 meters per minute, so it's a decrease in speed. Number 12, the dishwasher at a restaurant is loaded with the same number of dishes every time it is used. The table below shows the number of dishes washed as a function of the number of times the dishwasher is used. Now you can use stat to find the slope here and get the equation, and use the equation to figure out when x is 9, what is your y value? That is one option. So we have stat as an option. The other option we can look at is what is the slope? Let's see, we have 52, this is a change of 52, this is a change of 2, there's 52 to 2, 52 to 2, here's another 52. Looks like it's the same thing throughout, 52 each time to 2. So our slope currently is 52 over 2, or our rate of change is 52 over 2, which would simplify to 26. So we can wash 26 dishes per one load. Well, here's 8. We need to know 9. So all we have to do is take 208, because we get, after 8 loads, we have a total of 208 dishes washed. I need to wash one more load with 26 dishes in that, and we would end up with 234. If we want to put that in stat, we would do 2, 4, 6, 8, and come over here, 54, 104, 56 and 208. So we have those in stat. And then we would do stat again and calculate the linear regression, which would give us 26x. So we go to y equals, clear this out, put 26x in there, look at the table of values, go to where x is 9, and that should tell us 234. So that is the answer on number 12. So you would put your 234. You could put that there, or you could put them all right here. Because it's positive, we don't have to do the positive. So we could just go ahead and fill in your bubbles on this side, or you could put 2, 3, 4 over here. Doesn't matter as long as the 2, 3, and 4 are together. Okay, our final question on this particular video will be question number 13. It says, which of the following inequalities represents the solution set depicted? Well, first off, we can see that we have a positive slope. But none of these are solved for y, so we would need to solve for y for each of these. So on this one, I would subtract that 2x from both sides. So then, if I subtract that 2x, and then after that I would have to divide by a positive 3, this one is going to give me a negative slope. But my slope is positive, so it can't be a. B is the same equation, so it also has a negative slope. So it can't be B. So that just leaves C. So C and D, and they are the same except for the inequality sign. One says less than, one says greater than. If I look in front of the y, I see that I have a positive number in front of the y, so that means I'm going to divide both sides by a positive, so this symbol is not going to change. Because this symbol is not going to change, I can accept them as they are. So looking here, did I shade below the line or above the line? And in this case, all these values of y are smaller than this y-intercept, so we've shaded below the line, so we need the less than symbol, which is option C. So here we have problems 9 through 13 on the fall semester review. Had different ways of looking at these. This problem here on number 12, you could use stat and get up your 234, or you could also look at the rate of change from the table and then find that and add it into one of your answers from the table by extending the table. And then here, typically you're going to have to solve for y on all of these to make sure that you have the right slope and that you didn't have to change this symbol. So this is part 3 of the fall semester review.